People, and welcome back to Gav Goes In. Big up yourselves each and every time. Hope everyone's enjoying their Friday night. Big up to Mike. Yeah, big up, man. Big up, Gav. Win or lose, this manager needs to be sacked yesterday. Bro, listen, man. I can't disagree. The very fact that we're now 13 games into the season, and we are still saying this manager is still here after what he's put us through is just part of the problem. So yeah, man. I want to get you guys' opinions on this because you guys know what I'm thinking anyway. Do Ineos sack Amorim if he fails to get a win against Wolves? And I'm talking anything less than a win. I think even if he draws the game, they have to act for me. So yeah, what do you guys think? Big up to Fitz as well. Big up my guy. Yeah, man, I'm having a good evening, man. It's just got back now. Obviously, got my boxing fight tomorrow, so it's gonna be an early night for me, and a nice rested one as well. But yeah, listen, man. Let me know what you guys think about this fraud Ruben Amorim because as I said, I think it's got to be a win. Like I don't want no draw. Obviously, a loss is out of the question. But yeah, listen, man. I think he needs to pick up 3 points, and even that, this is what I keep saying: is survival football. We're just wasting our time with this manager. I think if anyone's being serious, we're wasting our time with this manager because, I did say this. It's gonna keep getting worse and worse. You think of Ahmad Mbuemo and Mazraoui. They're gonna be going off to AFCON very soon, and what are we gonna be bringing in reserve? This is the question. This manager's so fixated on this system, Ineos are not going to go out and buy 3 players for that side. They're not. So you're going to have to deal with what you've got if he somehow survives. And who are the light-for-light replacements over there? There isn't. Are you going to bring in Shea Lacey? I doubt it because, as we know, this manager is under pressure. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I'm still pissed off from yesterday. I'm still pissed off from yesterday. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing there. We've now resorted to Diogo Dalot throwing long balls into the box. I mean, yeah, it's just madness, man, madness. Big up to Toe Queso. Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, we're talking about Ruben Amorim. So Manchester United are playing Wolves on Monday, 8 o'clock kickoff. After yesterday's embarrassment, you would have to say, and just how Ruben Amorim has been at the club, does he make it past this Wolves game if he doesn't win? I don't want to see this guy's face. I don't want to see his face anyway, but I don't want to see his face in the press conference or at Manchester United if we do not beat Wolves. Wolves have got 2 points all season. They've got a new manager in Rob Edwards, who, again, I think is a better manager than Ruben Amorim, which is saying something. And they're at home, And, again, the way they've been playing lately, they have been improving. Again, they haven't got a win on the board. But it's unthinkable to think that Manchester United will go there and not pick up 3 points. And I think if that happens, the plug has to be pulled, man. There's no doubt that the plug has to be pulled. I'm just looking at this team, and the thing with this team as well, this team are still playing. Like they're not coasting under this manager. They are trying their best, but what this manager is getting these players to do is just quite simply isn't working. I've never seen Manchester United this bad. I've never seen them this bad. I thought it was bad under Solskjaer. I thought it was bad under Mourinho. I thought it was bad under Ten Hag, Ralph Rangnick when he was here. This is the worst it's been. We're playing the worst football. We're getting the worst results. And you've got a manager there that is just gaslighting the fan base in press conferences. Like the whole thing's embarrassing, man. So yeah, I just don't want to see this guy in the dugout anymore. And you have to believe, man, that if he somehow survives this Wolves game, if he doesn't win, I think you have to just. I think, I don't advocate for riots, but something needs to happen, because that would just be unacceptable, man. Have you heard about the guy who said he would not cut his hair until Man U get 5 wins in a row? He still hasn't got a haircut after years. Yeah, listen, man, he might as well K-roll that shit, because he ain't gonna cut his hair for the rest of the season. Under this manager, there is no way Man United are winning 5 games in a row. No way. So if I'm him, I'm just getting like a little cane roll going on, or just growing some serious afro, because there is no way Man United win 5 games in a row under this laughing stock of a manager. And again, we're losing Ahmad, Mbuemo, and Mazraoui, which is going to make it even more harder. So, yeah, I'll tell you for free, man. That guy ain't cutting his hair. I promise you. He probably won't cut his hair till the end of the season if this manager somehow survives. And even that, a new manager coming in, getting 5 wins in a row ain't going to be easy. So, yeah, that guy, I don't know what he done, man, to or what he was thinking, to think that Man United would get 5 wins in a row under this manager anyway. So yeah, he might as just grow a little cane roll aside, man, because that ain't gonna happen. Guys, come on, we've only got 1 like, man. Smash the likes up. If you're in there, it's free content. Smash the like, sub to the channel, and make sure you share the channel as well, man. And give me your questions and comments, guys. Let me know what you think about this Ruben Amorim guy, because I've had it up to here with Amorim. I said to myself, once he escaped the Liverpool game, I think it might have been, where he survived, I said it's pointless to keep talking on Ruben Amorim. But, I've gone back on my word, because I just can't understand the thinking in this manager. Yesterday just done it for me. I mean, how he could take off Xerxes and Cunha to bring on Mason Mount and Manuel Ugarte, that needs to be studied. And again, these journalists don't ask the right questions, because that should have been the first question to ask. Why the hell did you decide to take off 2 attacking outlets in Xerxes and Cunha, 2 guys that can hold the ball as well, and then decide to bring on 2 guys that are runners? Like, I just don't understand it. Birmingham fan, I go to a few United games each season because I work for DHL and I host games in the Ambassadors Lounge for customers. I'm telling you now, Birmingham would give United a game at the moment. Yeah, but listen, my guy, listen, I don't doubt that. Like, I don't think, if Man United are getting beat by Grimsby Town on penalties, why are we looking at Birmingham as a surprise? Like, that Grimsby Town result should have been the alarm bell. I mean, how can Man United get beat by League 2 Grimsby Town? Seriously. And Grimsby Town deserved to go through. That's how bad it was. So, yeah, listen. I'm not going to say Birmingham wouldn't beat Man United. Anything's possible with this manager. This manager is that bad. And he's that stubborn. And he gaslights the fan base as well. And a lot of these fans just don't think for themselves, I'm still seeing fans saying, results are getting better. I mean, Man United have 6 points from their last 5 games. They have 6 points from their last 5. I mean, that's just embarrassing, And to think that the win came against, which makes it look not as bad as it should, the win came against Crystal Palace, who, if we're being honest, should have been 3 or 4 goals up in the first half. This is what this manager's doing at the moment. So, yeah, man, it's ridiculous. 777 says Jesus loves you. I hope he does. I hope he does. Not at the moment, man, because it's Amorim still here. So you're on about the United strand, and he's making dough on Man United's failure. So he'll probably want it to continue. Some fan he is. I think I know what you're talking about, but listen, I don't give a damn about that guy. Like, everyone's free to their opinion, but from the last time I see a bit of that channel was this same guy you're talking about. You know, he was an advocate for the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, and all these other players. You know, and now all of a sudden he wants them out. Don't take it seriously. You know, these players should have been out long time ago. The likes of Bruno and Luke Shaw and these guys. Like, and now all of a sudden it's fashionable to say, get Bruno out. Bruno's been the biggest problem at this club ever since he was given the armband. Ever since this club decided to choose him over Paul Pogba. That's when Bruno Fernandes was the issue. You know? Big up to Leia, officially says, I like your tree. Yeah, big up, man. All my hard work. Yeah, big up. MPB says, I liked and subbed. Yeah, big up, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Guys, come on. Make sure you're smashing the like button and give me your questions as well. Hi, I love the game. I stick around a bit if it's okay. Yeah, man. Do what you want. It's a free life, man. Do what you want. And what about Mainu? Yeah, listen. I spoke about Kobbie Mainu yesterday, but I spoke about Kobbie Mainu before. Like, you know, people are coming round to the idea now that, you know, it's Kobbie. Like I said this from the time ago. When Kobbie's entourage come out and said he was angling for a move in January, that basically was letting Ineos know you have to either choose Kobbie or Amorim. It's that simple. You've got to choose either Kobbie or Amorim. And at this moment in time, Ineos, the fact they're not sacking this manager, they're actually choosing a manager who's out of his depth over someone that should really be part of the future of Manchester United. So this is the problem, man. It is a crime what he's doing to Kobbie Mainu, but this manager doesn't like football players. Like this is the problem. When you've got a manager, you know, Ten Hag was the same. When you've got a manager that is solely invested in players that run, other than players that are actual ball players, you're not going anywhere fast. Put it that way, and that's the truth. You know, even before I had my platform, yeah, I've spoke on this for years. There's a massive problem with this club in terms of, you know, racial, in terms of players that are rated in this fan base. It's been going on for years, and it's like now people are starting to clock onto it. But my thing is, where have you been? Because this has been going on for time. You know, the fact that Kobbie Mainu doesn't get game time for Bruno Fernandes, because it's not Casemiro, it's Bruno Fernandes. He is stopping Kobbie Mainu's development. Because this two in midfield, yeah, where Bruno shouldn't be playing in the first place, you know, you either got to choose Bruno or Kobbie Mainu. You know, Manuel Ugarte is a non-starter because that guy shouldn't even be at the club because he's that shit. Casemiro is our best midfielder, our most experienced midfielder, and the midfielder that's won the most. So again, even though I don't like seeing Kobbie in this system as a two, it's between Kobbie and Bruno for a place. And we just know that Bruno's never getting dropped under this manager. It's his compatriot. You know, it's like I'm convinced there's something going on there. Because I just don't understand. There's a player in Bruno Fernandes. He can play however he wants to the detriment of the team and play every week. You know, this is no longer Manchester United. This is Bruno Chester United. It is. Bruno and Amorim are just running this team. Like, it's very obvious to see. Because it doesn't matter how bad Bruno plays, he gets chance after chance. And then what happens is that he'll spam a ball into the box for an assist, or he'll get an odd goal, and then people will forget about how bad he is. This is the problem. You know, it's been going on for years, man. And yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Trust me, the funniest thing about the Grimsby game was him pulling out the tactics board. Yeah, listen. When he pulled out the tactics board to Mason Mount, yeah, Mason Mount, I don't rate Mason Mount, but he should have just smashed that tactics board in his head. Like, why are you bringing out a tactics board for fucking Grimsby? You see what I mean? This man just taking the piss. at the end of the day, yeah, just go and put the attackers on the pitch, yeah, change this damn system and stop trying to be smart. You know what I mean? Why he's playing 5 at the back against Grimsby Town in League 2 doesn't make any sense. Change the system, put more attackers on, and behave yourself. Because I just don't understand what this man just playing at. And there's still fans out there, yeah, that are still backing this nonsense. Doesn't make sense to me, man. It makes no sense. But again, this is down to Ineos. It's down to Ineos because Ineos have the power to change this. But the fact that they're just messing about, trying to save face, you know, what do we expect, man? What do we expect? It's ridiculous. It's a bit of an anomaly. If you stick with Amorim, the slug continues. If you get rid of him, you risk even worse form of a new manager coming in and trying to change it round again. I don't agree. I think this team is crying out for a new manager. Like, it's crying out for a new manager. It's crying out for a new system. I'll keep saying this until this manager gets sacked, yeah? The fact that he plays Amad Diallo as a right wing back and people have become accustomed to that, that's a major problem. This is a guy that's a number 10 and now he's played so much of his career as at Man United out wide. Look at where he played for Sunderland. The guy was playing as like a number 10 in a free role. Manchester United, they play him out wide, wing back, and it's one of them things now. People become accustomed to Amad Diallo being a wing back. Like, that's the biggest problem of all. You know, people don't talk on this enough. You know, that is like playing Lamine Yamal at right back. It's like saying to Pedri, go and play left back. You know, you're playing one of your best players in Amad, one of your crucial players. You're playing him at wing back. Why? Because you want to be smart. You know, this is what this manager's doing. He thinks he's smarter than everyone, and he's not. You know, 6 points from his last 5 games, 13 wins in 12 months. I mean, when I heard that stat, yeah, I almost laughed because I didn't know it was that bad. How can you have 13 wins as a Manchester United manager in 12 months? That's a win a month. And there's people still out there that want to back this nonsense. Doesn't make sense, man. Crazy. How about Liverpool? Listen, for as bad as Liverpool have been, they are the holders at the moment, but Liverpool are on the same points as us. You know, and you've got one team that's in a crisis and the other team is just escaping criticism, really. Liverpool are on the same points as us. And if this man just stays in charge, as bad as Liverpool have been, Liverpool will finish ahead of Man United. As I said already, this Manchester United team should be a top 6 team minimum. Under this manager, we are not finishing in the top half. We're not. Because we're 8th now, I believe. I think we're 8th now. And we're not finishing in the top half. I guarantee you we're not. Under this manager. The team's just getting progressively worse. I mean, the fact that he got Dallo doing long throw-ins, you know, that's concerning. That is concerning. Man United have resorted to crossing the ball in, cross after cross, long ball, throw-ins, you know. And look at Cunha. I mentioned this yesterday, yeah. I'm a big fan of Cunha. When I'm seeing Cunha tossing the ball into the box, we know where there's something going wrong here. Because Cunha is meant to be a maverick. He cannot be a maverick in this team with Bruno Fernandes. Because that guy just wants to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You know? So again, the fact that Cunha come off yesterday, and I said Cunha's going to end up getting pissed off with this team. And now he's getting hauled off. You know, people will say, you know, he's only just come back from injury. I don't want to hear that. Because I guarantee you this now, if Cunha was playing well, this injury talk, this coming back from injury won't get mentioned. You know, the fact that he's getting taken off the pitch and Bruno's just scamming performance after performance into game time after game time in this team, don't be surprised why we're struggling. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's his Portuguese brethren. Fernandes isn't a terrible player. He's just got a terrible attitude. Throws his toys at the pram every chance he gets. Again, big up to the blue nose biker. Yeah, mad name, but big up. But what I would say, yeah, when people say, yeah, Bruno's not a terrible player, it's like, well, he's not a good player. Because tell me, other than the odd stats, which he's not really getting now anyway, what does he actually bring to this team? He's not great in possession. He can't dribble. He hasn't got a great touch, really. He's not good under pressure. What is he good at? As in a midfield too, yeah, he doesn't win any tackles. He's not strong. What does he actually do apart from spam balls into the area? You know, and then you got these absolute idiots as well in the media, you know, doing PR for Bruno, saying that he's overtaken Paul Scholes in assists. You know, those 2 assists he got against Palace. I mean, the fact that we're calling these assists is embarrassing in the first place. Because the ball he played to Xerxes, all he done was play that in the area. Xerxes going away from goal, and Xerxes had to maneuver his body to get a shot on target with his weaker foot. But yet people want to give Bruno the praise for the assist. The Mason Mount one, he just touched it to the side and Mason Mount hit it. You know, you could say the wall just didn't do their job. But he got 2 assists for that. Again, if we're counting assists for that, football well and truly is finished, you know. Crazy. What are you going to say about Liverpool Football Club? What do you mean, what am I going to say? Liverpool are doing poor at the moment. They're struggling, but they're on the same points as us. What's your point? I don't get it. You know, they're on the same points as us. You know, I don't think it's time to be criticizing Liverpool because we're not in a great place. So I'm not really here to be criticizing Liverpool. You know, they're the holders at the moment and they're doing a poor job of defending the title. But as a Manchester United fan, we're embarrassing. We're actually embarrassing. Getting beat by 10-man Everton. And then, you know, the West Ham game yesterday, West Ham deserved something out of the game. No doubt. Maresca's the best manager in the Prem, little bro. Well, listen, little Rojo, I'm older than you, man. So you're calling me little bro. Man's older than you. But come on. Maresca, best manager in the Prem? No, he's not, man. He's not. He's not. He's done a good job, but what I would say is that loss against Leeds, you know, I think it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Chelsea, and that's something he's got to sort out, man, for sure. But listen, he's doing a decent job. I mean, they've won trophies, but I think this season they'll be aiming, in my opinion, to at least get top 3. I think if they don't get top 3, I think it's a failure, really, you know. So, but yeah, no, we'll have to wait and see, man. But so no way you just compared Ahmad to Yamal again. Lack of understanding from Retro Eddie. Yeah, it's not about comparing Yamal to Ahmad to Yamal. I'm saying Ahmad is playing at wing back when he's not a wing back. He's a number 10, come wide player. The comparison I'm making is that will be like playing Yamal as a right back. Even if you talk about Mo Salah as a right back, Cole Palmer at right back, that is the equivalent. I'm not comparing Ahmad and Yamal, you know. And again, Yamal for me is the best player in the world. I've always said that. But don't think Ahmad is far off Yamal. Don't look at Ahmad playing this struggling Manchester United team as Ahmad isn't capable, you know, of being a world beater. Because if you think that, then I suggest you kind of, you know, do some more research or watch some more football, because these Manchester United players are getting made to look worse under this manager. Because I guarantee you put Ahmad in a Man City, you know, in a Liverpool and in Arsenal or Chelsea or whoever, you're going to see what Ahmad's on. You know what I mean? If anyone that's played football to any level, you would know, you know, what a long day it is playing wing back. You know, No one wants to play wing back because it's unforgiving. You're up and down, running up and down to no avail at times. So the fact that he's got one of our best players playing at wing back is a massive cause for concern. It is. Big up to Jay Uso, man. Where's Jimmy from Scotland? Big up, man, for coming through. Guys, come on, make sure we're smashing the like button and make sure we're subbing to the channel. Okay, we've got 7 likes. Let's smash the like button, guys, and make sure you share the channel and make sure you sub as well if you're new in here. Wait, we're here again and you're still talking about Bruno. Yeah, man, we are. We are, unfortunately. Is Patrick Vieira a good pick for coach? Well, why wouldn't he be? But we all know why Patrick Vieira wouldn't get the job. Let's not be stupid now. It's the same reason why Patrick Vieira wasn't interviewed for the job at Arsenal. So, again, Vieira's a good coach. He proved that at Crystal Palace. But, you know, there's no point even talking about Vieira coming to Manchester United because we all know that's not going to happen. And we all know why that is. So, let's not be silly. Yeah, Xavi would be a good shout. Xavi, Glasner, Iraola. You know, I've always wanted Zidane. Yeah, so the only reason Roy Keane ain't your manager is because he would rip up the whole team and send the owners packing. Again, like, when people say this, yeah, it's like Roy Keane is not a good manager. There's a reason why Roy Keane is sitting in the studio. Like, don't look at because Roy Keane as a player was, you know, was a fiery character, was a great player as well. Yeah, but don't look at the fact that because he has those attributes, he'll be a good manager. You know, Roy Keane managed Sunderland. Let's not forget. Roy Keane wouldn't be a good manager in this era because tactically, Roy Keane hasn't got it. When it comes to the tactical side of the game, the technical side of the game, Roy Keane hasn't got it. That's why Roy Keane's in the studio, because he might come across as controversial. But when people start saying that Roy Keane would be a good manager, or if he was a manager, he'd rip up the whole team, that's just fantasy. Like, let's not confuse the player and the manager. As a player, as a captain, as a leader, top of the tree, no doubt. Yeah. But as a manager, there's a reason why he's in the studio. So let's not overdo it. Yeah, listen, it is like one. The thing is, this Man United team isn't one step and it's one step forward, 2 steps back. We're not moving forward with this manager. We're not. There's nothing that you can take into next game where you can say, do you know what? I see something. There ain't nothing. There literally ain't nothing, man. Like, it's just one of them things where, yeah, it's just one of them things where we're just going backwards and backwards. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's not getting any better, man, to be fair. So, yeah, it's not getting any better, man, under this manager, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. Scottish football is on par with League One, bro. Yeah, listen, man. It probably is. It probably is. I think there's been a few Championship players that have gone to play in Scotland. So, yeah, it probably is, man. Probably is. Maresca is top 3 right now in the Prem, though. Yeah, he probably is. But what does that mean? Like, that doesn't mean he's going to win a league title, does it? You know what I mean? It's more on the squad than the manager because the back line is inconsistent. Again, I don't agree because no one tells this manager to set up the way he does. No one tells a manager in a game where you're winning 1-0 and you need players that can keep the ball. No one tells him to take off Cunha and Xerxes and bring on 2 runners in Mount and Ugarte. No one tells him to play Dallo left wing back. No one tells him to play Ahmad right wing back. No one tells him to play Lenny Yoro right side centre back when he plays in a 2 centre back. No one tells him to play Cunha in the 9. Shall I go on? No one tells him to play Brian Mbeumo as a right 10 when he's a wide forward. Like, when people start saying that it's on the players, on the squad, you're just protecting the manager, you know, and you're part of the problem, unfortunately, because there should be no protection for this manager. There should be. This team is a new team. Do not let other people tell you this isn't a new team, because it is. It's a new team. You know, when people start saying that, you know, a lot of these players have got multiple managers sacked, that is in fact a lie, because the only players that play regularly in this team is Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, and Diogo Dalot, and they're three players that, you know, if you was awoke before, they're three players that we wanted out of the club from before, and now all of a sudden people are saying these same players that have got multiple managers sacked. That's actually a lie. Lamens is new, De Ligt is new, Lenny Yoro's new, Mazraoui, Dorgu, Casemiro only come here under Ten Hag, and that's one manager. Kobe Manu's from the youth. Xerxes come under Ten Hag. Mason Mount come under Ten Hag. Embuemo, Cunha, Renew. Ahmad, I think Ahmad might have been there under Solskjaer, but only come into the team really under Amorim. So again, when people are saying that these players have got multiple managers sacked, that is in fact a lie. You're looking at three players that have been here longer than the others, and they're three players that shouldn't be here in the first place. And all of a sudden, it's now fashionable to start saying that these players have got multiple managers sacked. It's nonsense. Yeah, listen, Regis Lebris is doing a great job at Sunderland. Like, he's got 2 points against Arsenal and Liverpool. He's doing a very good job, Regis Lebris. And again, when we start hearing, yeah, that Amorim hasn't got his squad, and then you see Regis Lebris, who's come up from the Championship, yeah, and they've got 2 points off of Liverpool and Arsenal. And where are they now in the league? I think they're 5th or something like that in the league. I don't want to hear no excuses. I just don't want to hear no excuses for this manager. This manager just isn't good. It's as simple as that. You know, people can do all they want and try and talk up this manager and say he needs this, say he needs that. The facts are 13 wins from 12 months is sackable. That will be sackable for Wolves at the bottom of the league. You know, so again, man, I don't really want to hear that. Yeah, listen, Chelsea for me are not winning the title this season. They're not. But I think top three, I would say right now is what they need to be aiming for. I think the fact that Liverpool have dropped off, I think they have to be aiming for top 3. I think that will be a minimum requirement. And then next season, you probably see how they go. But yeah, their team's odd for me, you know, because when I look at Wesley Fofana, Mark Cucurella, Reece James, Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer, when I look at those players there, they're fundamental to their team. And then everyone else just fits around it. Obviously, Esteval is still young, but they got Quenda coming in, and Quenda's a top player, man, top player. I would love Quenda to be at United, but again, we all know what happens there. You know, he told Amorim he ain't coming to play right wing back. Again, you know what I mean? This man just now making us miss out on players because of this stupid system. Ridiculous. Do you think Gary Neville will be the next manager for United? Yeah, let's move on from that one, man. Yeah, crazy. Listen, when Van Nistelrooy was in charge, yeah, just go and have a look at United's results when he was in charge. You know, didn't make anything too complicated. He played Ugarte in there with Casemiro, kept them very compact, none of this man-for-man pressing nonsense, and we were getting positive results, you know. But this manager, Ruben Amorim, wants to come in there and be clever, and you wonder why we're struggling. Yeah, the thing is, I like Carrick. When Carrick dropped Bruno, that's when I thought, yeah, Carrick knows. Because Carrick was a ball player, and he's not having Bruno Fernandes. So, yeah, man. Big up to Foxy Danny as well. Big up. Guys, let me know what you think of Ruben Amorim. Let me know. Do you think he survives the Wolves game if he doesn't get a win? Because I'll be very interested to see what you guys think. Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, guys, I will be putting up my face-off as well for my boxing tomorrow. So I got my fight tomorrow, and obviously I had my face-off on Wednesday. So I'll be putting that up on the channel for members only, and obviously my fight as well. I will be putting up on my members section as well. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out as well once you become a member. What is type of coach comes next? German press, Italian block, Spanish tiki-taka. What style of play? So what type of coach? Oh, right. So what type of coach comes next? I honestly couldn't tell you because we need to know what Ineos' gaming model is. Because at this moment in time, I don't think there's no one that knows what it is. Because if they brought in Ruben Amorim because he was this next up-and-coming coach. I think it's clear to see that he's failed. Yeah. So my thing is, I don't know the way that Ineos want to go. That's the honest truth. I look at the signings. Ugarte was a dud signing. The Cunha and Embremo were no-brainer signings. Lenny Yoro was a signing that really we were lucky to make because this is a player that is a top player and one of the best young defenders in the world. Lamens is one for the future. So again, I don't really know what the plan is, and this is the problem. There's no plan at the moment. You know, I would like, yeah, Amorim or not even Amorim. I'm tired of Amorim. I would like Ineos to come out and just tell us what the plan is, because we've heard Jim Ratcliffe say, you know, Champions League football's a minimum. Then we're hearing top 6 is the minimum. If they think top 6 or top 4 is the minimum for Ruben Amorim, then sack him now because he's not getting top 6. He's not. Hey Gav, are you ready for your big day? It's not a big day. It's a boxing fight. It's not a big day. It's my 3rd fight, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So obviously, yeah, I've got it tomorrow, and yeah, I'm confident. You know, I'm confident in getting the win as always, and I'm 2-0 at the moment, so hopefully make it 3-0. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, you got to prepare for every opponent the same way, and I know the work that I've put in. So when it comes to training, you know, I don't cut any corners. You know, so I make sure I prepare properly. You know, so and obviously, yeah, on fight night, I'll do what I've got to do. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it. But as I said, I've got my face off that I'll be putting up tomorrow, probably in the morning around 10:30 in my members only section, and then obviously the fight will be recorded. I actually think the fight is going to be actually on YouTube as well. I'm not sure if there's a link to it yet, but I'll find out tomorrow. If there's a link, then I'll put something up to let you guys know there's a link to the fight. But if not, it will be recorded and going up on YouTube anyway. But I'm going to get someone to film it for me anyway and put it up on my channel. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, definitely. It's all on Ineos now. It has always been about actually doing what they said they do. Bringing the best in class, absolute frauds. I agree. The best in class, I'm yet to see that. You know, I'm yet to see that. But if it truly is about them saving face, then it's worse than I thought, because they can't do that, man. They can't do that. Arsenal or Tottenham? What does that mean? What? Who do I prefer, Arsenal or Tottenham? If you're talking about trophies won recently, it's got to be Tottenham. If you're talking about current form, then obviously Arsenal. So I don't know what we're looking at here. Oh, so overall, who's the better club? But again, it depends what you mean by better. Because, as I said, if we're looking at trophies won in recent history, it's Tottenham. If we're looking at trajectory in where the clubs are actually going, you'd have to say at this moment in time it's Arsenal because they're top of the league. Tottenham are struggling. But again, that means nothing because, there's no trophy that's won after 13 games. So, yeah, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. I mean, the main thing is that is trophies. And Tottenham have got a trophy. And that's the main thing. Big up to Babs One Diva for the super sticker as well. Big up. Yeah, but Fitz, man, listen, the Glazers ain't going anywhere, man. I mean, this is just wasted breath, really. The Glazers ain't going anywhere. The Glazers are actually laughing because the fact that this fan base are still behind this manager and not really causing problems, they're gonna continue doing what they're doing. The Glazers, like again, like it's pointless mentioning the Glazers. Like there's no one that can get them out of there. The chance to get them out was when the Arabs were going to come in, and obviously we know that what happened there. So I'm not really interested in the Glazers really because it's not going to happen. All we can control really, or all we can look at is what happens on the pitch. And the Glazers don't tell Ruben Amorim to play a 3-4-2-1. The Glazers don't tell Ruben Amorim to keep playing Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot. The Glazers don't tell Amorim to make substitutions of Cunha and Xerxes for Ugarte and Mount when you need to try and keep the ball. This is all Ruben Amorim. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this isn't the Glazers. That Spurs loss was a nail in the coffin for me for this garbage manager. Yeah, listen. The fact that he survived that is ridiculous, really. So yeah, it's just crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, what can we do, man? What can we do? But Man United playing on Monday against Wolves. I'm gonna predict the scoreline right now. And guys, I'm not live tomorrow either, so I'll probably be back on Sunday. But I'm gonna predict the scoreline now for Manchester United against Wolves, and this is gonna surprise you lot. I'm going to say 2-1 Wolves. I'm going to say 2-1 Wolves. I think Wolves will beat United at home. I think Fitz is saying 1-0. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 because Wolves have been playing slightly better lately. And they're going to be at home against... Because, again, Manchester United is everyone's cup final, So their fans are going to be up for it, They're going to want to obviously try and get some points on the board at home as well. A win, at home. I can see them winning this game 2-1. And for me, that will be enough to seal this manager's fate. Again, what team does he play? I mean, I think he's going to play more the same. But again, he might change things because he's going to be thinking it's Wolves. And I think if he does that, because I think, I'm trying to say, I think, does Lissandro start? I think Lissandro might come in. De Ligt will probably be back. Yoro Mazraoui, I'm not sure who starts there. Xerxes should play again through the middle. Does he go with Mbeumo and Cunha again? Or does Mount come in away from home? Again, I just don't know. But I'm telling you this now. I've just got a bad feeling that Wolves are going to win this game. I think 2-1. And as I said, there's absolutely no way this manager can survive this, in my opinion. And shouldn't, So, We'll have to wait and see. But guys, listen up. I'm going to have to wrap it up anyway. I need to get some rest. Obviously, you got things to do. Got the boxing tomorrow as well. And yeah, there'll be obviously no stream tomorrow, guys. But again, my face-off will be coming out tomorrow, as I said, around 10:30 tomorrow morning. We'll be on the members section. And then obviously the fight as well will be coming out as well on the members section in due course, guys. So, yeah, listen, big up yourselves each and every time. Big up to all the newcomers as well for interacting with the chat. Yeah, big up, Fitz, man. Big up, my guy. And big up to all the mods, as always, as well, for coming on. And, guys, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you share the channel as well. And if you haven't subbed, make sure you sub to the channel. And check out all my other content. There's loads of content on there. There's some good playlists on there as well. And whether you want to, as I say, whether you want to see me, scoring some goals at five-a-side, talking about certain things, Manchester United or players, or whether you want to see some of my, outrageous or not short clips, there's a lot of content on there. So give the playlist a check and let me know what you think, as always. So, yeah, as I said, man, looking forward to it tomorrow. And at least I can say to myself, I'll be getting the W. I can't say that for Manchester United, unfortunately. So, yeah, man, we're in problems, this club. But who knows, man? Who knows what happens? But as I said, Monday's game against Wolves, listen, it just can't be nothing but a win. It cannot be. But I'm not confident, and that's why I said 2-1 to Wolves, and it wouldn't surprise me. And it is what it is. So, but yeah, guys, big up yourselves each and every time. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, share the channel, and yeah, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. Well, I'll catch you probably Sunday, but definitely Monday. Take it easy.